Welcome to Galactic Security, Sector 7G. All intergalactic travelers, please prepare your identification and ensure all personal gravity fields are set to station standard. Any teleportation or time travel devices must remain deactivated during the screening process. Species with more than 4 appendages, please proceed to the multi-limb inspection area. Cloaking devices, sentient plants, and Zoltox crystals must be declared at customs. Failure to declare psychic abilities may result in unexpected detention in the mind containment zone. Thank you for your cooperation, and please enjoy your stay.
Hi there. Welcome to the station. As you can see, we have quite a diverse crowd here. Beings from over 200 galaxies have passed through these corridors. You might notice the ambient hum. It's from the anti-gravity stabilizers. They keep the station aligned perfectly in orbit around the twin suns. And those lights overhead? Don't worry. They're just the quantum communication signals we use to connect to every known star system in the galaxy. Anyway, here we follow a combination of intergalactic customs. It's always interesting to see the different greetings and handshakes or tentacle shakes depending on who you meet. Be mindful though. Some species, such as my own, communicate telepathically, so you might hear a few voices in your head that aren't your own. Now, before we proceed with your screening, I must remind you that we enforce strict intergalactic travel rules here. Every species has different standards, but we adhere to the Galactic Federation's protocols, and that's for everyone's safety. Teleportation and time travel devices must remain off, and any dangerous substances like Zoltox crystals or antimatter liquids must be declared immediately. We also have a zero-tolerance policy for psychic manipulation during the screening process, so no influencing the staff, please. What I'll do first is check your intergalactic identification, and then we'll take a look through your luggage. Following that, it's a personal scan, and then we'll have you on your way. Is that okay? Great. So before we start, you've come through the declaration gate. What would you like to declare? Zoltox crystals. I'll take them from you for a moment. I'll need to scan those carefully. Anyway, step this way. We won't take too long. Do you have your intergalactic passport to hand? Thank you. I'll just scan this quickly. Okay. So let's get started with your basic information. Could you confirm your species for me? I've heard of your planet. Right at the edge of the nebula cluster, is that right? It's quite a journey. I've always heard the weather there is, electrically charged. Make for some exciting picnics. Well, we always double-check passengers from your planet. Your species has a habit of accidentally shape-shifting during travel. It can cause quite the confusion at customs. And what brings you here? Business or pleasure? Intergalactic diplomacy. Well, we get lots of diplomats here, so you're in good company. All of this is in order. Thank you. Here you go. So, are you okay for me to take a look through your bag and do a quick scan of those Zoltox crystals? Thank you. Just start by scanning the outside of the bag. That's all great. Let's take a little look inside. A time flux compass. And a beautiful one too. I trust you have the correct permits for temporal navigation. Okay. What do we have next? Oh, nice. Personal wormhole generator. I know this is for personal use, but I'm going to have to keep it out for now, as wormholes inside luggage tend to destabilize our equipment. Just pop it down here. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Oh, now you're talking my language. I would always recommend telepathy enhancement headbands. But here, let me put it on the best setting for the station for you. Here you go. One word of advice, just remember to deactivate this before re-entering any major population zones. You go, I'll put this back. What else do we have in here? Galactic currency sticks. Planning on doing some business while you're here? There's currency here which will be accepted by quite a few different galaxies. You can always convert them while you're here if you need to. Our conversion rates are amongst the most competitive in the cluster. It's within limits, that's absolutely fine. I'll pop them back for now. Let's see what else we have in here. A gravity well stabilizer. Well, you won't find any artificial gravity wells on this station. Just need to make sure this is stable, otherwise we could get into trouble if it goes off. Just bear with me. There we go, all safe. It's great, that can go back. What do we have here? Is this mind expansion serum? I'll need to confiscate this, I'm afraid. Cross-dimensional substances are a bit too risky. Sorry. Let's put all these back. And let's take a look at these Zoltox crystals then. Oh, they really are lovely. As you know, because of the vast amounts of energy they can store, these are highly regulated. I'll give it a quick scan for overcharge. Blimey. There's enough energy in these to power a small planet. They're within parameters though, quite safe, so they're good to go. So that's all your belongings. So once I've scanned those, now it's time to scan you. A scan and a pat down and you're free to go on about your business. Take one step forward for me. Thank you. Just stand nice and still for me and let the scanner do its job. It seems the scanner's picking up a faint energy pulse. Just step back a little for a moment for me. Probably just residual temporal distortion from your last jump through hyperspace. Nothing to worry about, but just step forward and I'll do one more scan to confirm. Hold still for me. The scanners are picking up a high water content in your body. Don't worry, it's normal for your species, but the machine thinks you're carrying liquid. Just let me bypass that. You're also triggering our radiation warning. Totally harmless to others, I know, but the system here isn't calibrated for being seen naturally glow in the dark. One sec. Great. That's the scan all done. Just the pat down to go. Are you okay for me to gently pat you down to ensure you're not bringing any contraband onto the station? That's wonderful, thank you. Before I begin, do you have any bio-enhancements or special abilities that I need to know about before I start? Okay, great. Any symbiotic life forms, independent or part of your physiology? Okay. I'll start with your shoulders and your arms. If you could start by putting your arms out to the side for me, please. Since you appear to have an additional set of arms, I'll need to check each one. Stay nice and relaxed for me. This won't take too long. So, first, we'll check the arms on your right-hand side. Top arm first, ready? Great. So starting at the shoulders and working your way down this arm to the wrist, the hand and fingers. Fantastic. Is that all okay? Great. So next, the additional arm underneath that one on the right hand side. So the same thing again. I'm going to start at the top of the arm. Obviously no shoulder to look at this time. Working my way down that arm and towards the wrist, and then from the wrist we take a look at the hand and all of those fingers once again. Must be handy having more than one set of arms. That's great. So you can put that set of arms down for me on the right. And what we'll do now is we'll take a look over to the left. So once again, starting with that top arm. Ready? Great. So, a little feel around the shoulders just to begin with. And then as before, just working down that arm to the wrist, hand and fingers. That's wonderful. And once again, that lower arm. So starting again at the top of the arm, working my way down, hands and fingers. That's fantastic. Thank you very much. You can relax those arms down. Was that all okay? Great. Next, just gently feeling around your torso and your back. Ready? Okay. Just patting down that torso. I'm just going to reach around, pat your back. Ready? Great, thank you. Little pat on each side of your back. Thank you. Everything okay there? Marvellous. Next, your legs and your feet. You stay where you are. I'll take a look at those legs. Ready? Great. Starting with your right leg, moving down toward the ankle and the foot. Ready? Okay, here I go. Please, if you're going to shapeshift, could you please do so after the inspection? I'm afraid I can't keep up with changes to your legs. Thank you. I appreciate that cooperation. So, once again, the right leg first. Ready? Okay. So, working down this leg to your ankle joints, from your ankle joints to your feet. That's great. And then on your left leg, starting from the feet to your ankle, and coming up the leg from the bottom to the top. That's great, thank you. Next, I'd like to feel around the back of your neck. Is that okay? Thank you. Ready? That's great. Thank you very much. And then around your head. Before I touch your face, the gills around your neck. It's standard procedure to check them for hidden objects and energy signatures, things like that. But don't worry, I appreciate how sensitive they are, and I will be super gentle. Ready? Okay, we'll do one at a time. I'll start with the one on your left. That's great, as I say, just checking for anything in there. Please let me know if there's anything uncomfortable and I can stop. Great. And then the one on the right. Same thing again. Just gently checking. And again, this shouldn't be uncomfortable at all. I check lots and lots of gills every day. That's fantastic, thank you very much. Next, just going to gently pat on your face. Feel free to close all of those eyes if you need to. That's wonderful, thank you very much. The antennae on top of your head, I will check those next. I'll do it in the same way that I did with those gills, if that's okay. What I'll do is start with the one on the left. Ready? Okay, once again, tell me if anything is too sensitive, I can stop. And then the one on the right as well. That's great. Fantastic. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Before I finish, any other sensory notes that I should know about? Okay, that's great. Well, that's you all done. See? Didn't take too long, did it? Before you go, however, there are a couple of station rules that I would very much appreciate if you could adhere to. Firstly, there is no teleportation in the station. This is for safety reasons. We recently had a situation with someone phasing into a wall, and, well, it was quite a mess. So we're very keen to avoid that going forward. So unfortunately, there's one rule for all, and it's no teleportation in the station, I'm afraid. Secondly, now you're through the checks, you are clear to welcome any guests that you wish. However, while you may welcome guests of your choosing, no sentient black holes or time warp entities, please. Last year we had a paradox event and, well, it took forever to clean up. And finally, time travel is only permitted under strict temporal guidelines. You'll find those around the station to take a look at. This is once again for everybody's safety. Any traveller departing before their arrival time will be fined and sent back to their original timeline. Do you have any questions for me? Fantastic. Well, let's get everything together for you then. Let's get your bag and your documents. That's great. Have the wormhole generator here. If you're able to just keep this separate from everything else, that would be wonderful, as I say. Not any wormholes generated in your luggage. Be fantastic. So, before I let you go on your way, any questions about the station? Yep, you can feel free to put that telepathic enhancer on. As I say, not everybody aboard the station communicates telepathically, but it will certainly assist you with those that do. In that case, thank you for your time and enjoy your stay on the station. Take care.